Demo, how are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you doing, man?
I'm easy.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been a while since we caught up, and I see you brought a pamphlet, not sure if to call it a pamphlet, of Hussein Mohammed, a fresh start. Why did you come with this?
I am vying for NEC member Nairobi,
Yes.
but I align myself with Hussein Mohammed,
Yes.
and whatever he stands for.
Yes, when you say it's a fresh start,
Yes.
what do you mean?
Exactly that. It's a fresh start. Everything should start afresh. Also being cognizant of something has been done, but it is not that significant to say that we need to retain a lot of it. So it is a fresh start when you look at it in a broader scale. Yes.
Yes, I mean, you want to represent Nairobi in the National Executive Committee.
Yes.
Well, I mean, what is it that you envision to bring to the table?
Okay, first, like we say, Tim Hussein, it's a fresh start. I see a place where the place for Nairobi football in Nairobi has deteriorated. This is due to bad leadership. The people who are in office are not offering solutions to whatever is ailing our football. So I am bringing in fresh ideas. Fresh ways of how to run football in Nairobi. Remember, Nairobi used to be the hub for football in this country. And it is Nairobi that gives the trajectory of how football in Kenya is going. So I am bringing in fresh leadership, fresh ideas, listening to the stakeholders, and seeing where we can actually work together to improve sports.
Yes, James, I mean, you're from South B. I mean, South B has produced some great footballers. When you say you want to bring in something fresh, I want you to put you on the spot on that, something fresh.
Yes.
What is this fresh thing that you want? Fresh ideas, fresh, something fresh for Nairobi. What is this when you say something fresh? What is this that has been Nairobi that we are not doing right that you want to rectify?
Okay. One of the things, football is all about grassroots football. Grassroots football has been micromanaged by people at the top. They don't let it be run independently. So the people at the top, at my level, the NEC that I am asking for, and the national office, they don't let the branches work independently to ensure that we nurture the talents that we need. So the interference with the national office on the grassroots activities is what is bringing a problem in ensuring that the football in Nairobi is growing to another level. So the problem is interference from the national office in terms of how things are run at the sub-county and county levels. So mine is to allow fresh ideas on how we should independently run grassroots football without interference. Because that is where now we're going to get real talent. I mean, everybody knows that you're from South B All-Stars. In South B, you also have Susa. You've been a part of Susa. We've seen a number of players that have come from Susa. I mean, we were speaking earlier on, and you said, we've seen the likes of Enoch Wanyama, who's now playing for Gor Mahia, who's a product of Susa. We also have a couple of players that have gone through the system in Susa, and aside from South B All-Stars, we also have academies in South B, such as Cheza Sport, led by Collins, who are trying to make football, or rather trying to elevate the game in South B. If elected to represent Nairobi, I know we have the Nairobi West League. What else do you intend to do? Thank you very much for that question. I am looking to be the FKF NEC member representing Nairobi, but I'm also cognizant of the fact that for me to win, I have to get also votes from other places in this country, including the ones that are far off, like
but you have to start at home.
But I have to start at home.
Yes.
So when I I am elected as a NEC member, I am representing football as a whole, not just Nairobi. Nairobi being the bedrock of football and the home of football does not mean that now we have to concentrate on Nairobi to grow this football. So being cognizant of that fact, I want to ensure people that will be working with the like-minded people who will have been elected, of course, the president being Hussein Mohammed, to ensure that football as a whole, it grows from Mombasa to Turkana. All parts of the country.
Speaking about that, my question will be, when you talk about football as a whole, what is it that we are not doing right?
What is it that we're not doing right? Right now,
when you look at the other countries and you say that, you know, these they are performing because of this and this and this, but for us we are not performing because of this and this and this.
Yes, for us we are not performing because football is not paying everyone. Football is paying a few individuals who should be the last people to benefit from football, if there is anything. But they are the first people to benefit from football. When you see those deals coming and endorsements coming, you see the same common faces getting paid at the expense of the players, the teams, and everyone else who makes it a success, makes sure that it is a success for this for football to run in this country. So what we are getting it wrong is that now we are idolizing people in football rather than working towards improving football itself. So that is the problem, and that is where we have a very, very, very big problem. Yes.
Another question is, yes, as much as we are talking about football, there is that view that in Kenya, women's football is actually, or rather might take as far than men's football. What are your views? Because now we have a team, the under-17 girls team is in the Dominican Republic taking part, they will be taking part in the next 1 week in the under-17 World Cup. They will be making a debut. So girls football, this is a question that, you know, everybody will be asking you. What are your intentions for girls football?
I couldn't agree more with you on your say that football, women football will take us far. Maybe more than the men's football. And the main reason is because the brokers, those people who want to be agents and are still working for the federation, have not started infiltrating the women's football. At least the women's football has been left to prosper on its own. And that's why it's taking us far. So I agree with you that women football will put us in the roadmap out there. When we put in more resources, bring in more people to support the women football. So we need to put more emphasis and be more serious. For example, we should not be using women football just when it comes to club licensing. So we tag them along, we say they are ours, then once we get the license, we get rid of them.
Forget about them.
We forget about them. So that is what is killing that football. But they are trying their level best to overcome these obstacles, and you can see they are shining. Because football is a game of 90 minutes. You showcase what you have, and it cannot be hidden. And the women have done us exemplary well. You look at Kenya police bullets.
Police bullets.
You see what they did.
You
see what they did, and it's their debut in the league. They went there, they beat the likes of Simba, and they were there in the final. You see, under 17 women taking us to the World Cup. You see, I mean, it's a good thing.
Yes, you want to represent Nairobi, and Nairobi, as I mentioned earlier, you know, is a bedrock of football in the country. Yes, we have other areas in the country that also produce fantastic footballers. You can speak of Kisumu, you can speak of Kakamega, you can speak of Nakuru, but now you want to represent Nairobi, and a region that has lots of footballers who want to make it not only on the local scene, but on the international scene also. So when you look at it, there are a number of academies, there are a number of clubs in Nairobi. I mean, they will be looking at you and wanting to know, what is it that you can better for Nairobi that out there isn't being done?
Transparency. Transparency, honesty, and just being open with whatever we do. Then that now attracts more sponsors to come on board and more people. That is marketing, now the marketing aspect of it. So when there is a lot of money in circulation in the football fraternity, then it is easy to even build infrastructure that will be used to expand our game of football. So that we are not over-relying on one pitch for all our KPL games in Nairobi. So when we have infrastructure in Turkana, for example, and we have a KPL team in Turkana, it is easy now to ensure that the footballers in Turkana also have an equal fair chance of getting noticed, because now we have infrastructure in Turkana. We have also, by God's grace, we have our games being televised. So it is easy to see, oh, there is a player in Turkana who is equally up to the task to play for the national team, or even being sold out there.
You know, you mentioned about games being televised, but I know that is not the work of the NEC member. That is the work of the president, trying to make sure that, you know, there is visibility for the game. But I want to bring you to a point that this is a discussion that has been all over social media. It's been a discussion that is also in other spheres when you talk about Kenyan football. And it's about the Sunday leagues. You happen to be the chairman of one of the Sunday league teams. Sunday league teams and the leagues, when we have those games, they are better attended than the Kenya Premier League games. Why is it? Why is that disparity?
I think
now that you are a chairman, you attend these games, you even have the Champions League, you have a league itself, you have the Champions League, and at the end of it all, you know, the winners get a lot of money. You know, why is this disparity between that and what we are seeing in the Football Kenya Federation Premier League?
You see, the difference is we have a better organization.
Before even you go into that, you are the chairman of...
I am the CEO of Rooftop Sports Club.
Rooftop Sports Club. Yes, a club that plays on Sunday. So we are better organized. When you look at even all the leagues that you've said, when you look at the attendance, people come to enjoy, and they are given that opportunity to enjoy. One sad thing about the Football Kenya Federation Premier League, at some point, it was a must for you to be in line with the people at the federation for you to attend such matches. And we have seen at some point one of us being kicked out of the stadium, not because it's a very big match, it's a Tusker KCB match, of course, not so many fans, but because they said, I don't think Okenya is a good presenter. So they get kicked out because of that. So even the other fans, while looking, I mean, they get discouraged and they say, fine, if we are going to support our own, but we can be kicked out because we don't support the federation that is running football, then there is no need. Then the better organization that we have, you see, like Rooftop, we have just launched our jerseys. We have done it in a way that it has not been done before by any Premier League club. You see, we have a way systems are working. When you want our jerseys, where do you get them? The turnaround time between ordering and ensuring that it gets to you, the delivery. I mean, we have worked on it and it's working. So the organization, the transparency with which we operate our Sunday leagues is what differentiates us from the Football Kenya Premier League. Yes, and why is it that we don't have you Rooftop guys? I mean, you take part in the Kulundeng Fiesta. You take part in Wadau Premier League. You take part in the Wadau Champions League. I mean, why is it difficult for the top tier league to borrow what you guys are doing in your league?
You see, when we organize for these leagues, for example, like Wadau Premier League, Wadau Premier League is owned by the teams that are playing Wadau. So each and every team has a say in it. Even Wadau Champions League, it is the same thing. I have not seen any league anywhere in this country where that league is successful and it's being run by the federation of that country. That is where the difference is. The federation should be there to offer guidance, but let the KPL clubs, the NSL clubs, run these leagues like it was being done before. Because when you say you're not offering referees to referee a game, Shabana versus Posta Rangers, you know there are fans who have traveled from Nairobi to go to Kisii, you see, to watch that match.
Yes.
They have already paid to attend that match. They have already spent to attend that match. Then you can casually, sitting somewhere, say referees should not go in and play that match. Why would you do that? Because you don't know the pitch.
Yes.
But if it was among the KPL clubs, they would agree. Look, guys, these people have come from far to come and watch this game. Yes. Money has already been collected, all right? So can we let the game begin? Yes. If it is insufficient police, let's ask the home team to add more police so that at the end of the day, the game is played. So the disparity and the difference is that the KPL clubs are not allowed to run the leagues themselves or some other entity that is not the Football Kenya Federation.
Yes. As we wind up this conversation, what is your message? Because the FKF Electoral Board already has published the delegates that are voting for the National Executive Committee members. What is your message to the Nairobi member? Rather the Nairobi delegates, because we've already seen the list.
Yes.
What is your message to these delegates that probably you wish to make them change their mind to give you that vote?
I think my message to them is you have been intimidated for far too long. And you are the gatekeepers of football.
Yes.
Football is at the grassroots. They have said so many things. They have intimidated you via text, calls, when they see you in another camp.
Yes.
The destiny of this football is in your hands, not in those people who are intimidating you.
Yes.
It is time for a fresh start. Do not fear anyone. We will have voted them out and they will not have any power to do whatever they think they can do because you're supporting someone else. So I am telling them to go and look at the register. It has a lot of discrepancies. They have done their thing like they are used to doing, but this time round they are not going to have it easy. So I am asking them to go to that electoral board, launch those complaints, and ensure that the rightful people, the people who are supposed to vote, are the ones who will be voting. And I saw the CS gave an undertaking in Parliament
that you cannot run twice.
That you cannot run
after
twice.
You've completed your term.
Yes, that is all.
Yes.
Again, he said, the electoral board will operate from somewhere else that is not Kandanda House. We are asking the CS, kindly ensure that happens, that the electoral board does not operate from Kandanda House. It should operate from somewhere else. It is akin to saying that IBC should operate from State House. Because, I mean, how independent will that election be? Yes. So we're just asking that the electoral board is moved from Kandanda House to somewhere else. The government has so many offices, somewhere neutral.
Yes, thank you very much. That is James Bokua Masese saying what he intends to do for Nairobi if elected the NEC FKF Nairobi branch. Before we wrap up, can we at least take a look at the results from matches that were played yesterday in Europa League? I want to quickly run through this. In Europa League, we had a couple of matches that were played yesterday. Remember, Manchester United 3-3 all draw against Porto, and then Slavia Prague with a 1-all draw against Ajax. Real Sociedad, rather, lost to Anderlecht. 2-1 was the final score. Olympiacos with a 3-0 win against Braga. Maccabi Tel Aviv lost to Midtjylland from Norway. 2-0 was the final score. French Varos lost to Tottenham. 2-1 was the final score. And Malmo with a 2-1 win against Karabag. Aside from that, we also had other matches. Offenheim with a 2-0 win against Dynamo Kiev. And then Galatasaray settling for a 2-all draw against Riga. Porto with a 3-3 draw against Manchester United. Rangers lost to Lyon. 4-1 was the final score. FCSB from Romania with a 1-0 win against PAOK from Greece. Victoria Pleasant with a barren draw against Ludogorets, and Union St. Louis with a barren draw against Bodo Glimt. Those are the results from matches that were played yesterday. And of course, Athletic Club Bilbao with a 2-0 win against AS Alkmaar. Twente with a 1-1 draw against Fenerbahce. Besiktas losing to Frankfurt, 3-1 was the final score. And Augsburg with a 1-0 win against Roma. Those are the results from matches that were played yesterday. And thank you very much, James Mokua Masese, who wants to be the National Executive Committee representative of Nairobi in the Football Kenya Federation in the coming, after the coming election. The election will be held in December. So he's outlined what he intends to do to the people of Nairobi. He's also from, he's the CEO, Nairobi, rather South B All Stars, and he wants to represent Nairobi. That is where we wrap up Inside Sports this afternoon. My name is Robinson Okenye. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.